Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this Data Analytics with Career Guidance course. Today, we are in day 5 of Power BI training. In today's topic, we'll be learning about visualizations. So what are visualizations? First, we'll understand what are visualizations, and then we'll see what are the different type of visualizations available in Power BI. And also, we'll see for what kind of data, what kind of reports, which visualization we have to use. Let me just minimize this PPT. Now we'll go to this Power BI and quickly let's take the data. So I'll be using the same data throughout so that you'll not get confused. All right. I'll take this data. So for creating visualizations, we need to have data. Right. Now, before creating the visualizations, there is one more important thing what I want to tell you. You can see the tab, okay? Here we have this home tab, and we can see that there is something called as insert. There are new visualizations. If at all you're using the older version, you can see this visualization towards your right hand side. Okay, here we'll have the pan actually, that is visualization. There is one pan called as visualizations. But if you are installing Power BI, that is new version, you will not have the visualizations here in this tab or insert in this tab. You will have that in your right hand side. How to bring this here, how to get the new visualization like this? Okay, if you don't have this, if you already installed, if you've already done the settings here, no worries. If you've not done the settings, let me tell you, go to this file. Here I'll have this options and settings. Go to this options, and then we'll have something called as preview features. Click on this preview features. Here we have so many options. Make sure that you will enable this on object interaction. Okay, that this on object interaction will be there. This is enabled, and then say okay, and then restart your Power BI. So this will actually give you this modern visualization, that is the new type of visualization, that is the menus. Okay, so please do this so that you will get this tab. Okay, this group actually, this is very nice, easy to work on. Otherwise you'll not get the new options. So please go to this again. I'll tell you, file, options and settings. Go to this options, and then in this options, go to this preview features, and then here on object interaction, and say okay. So that on object interaction is nothing but whatever objects I'm inserting, I can interact directly there. Otherwise, for everything, you'll have to go to this right hand side for the formattings. Right. Now we have the data here. I'm not cleaning anything because I've taken a cleaned data so that we'll concentrate only on the visualization. Now the visualizations, if you go here, if you click here, I have so many buttons here like this. That is for creating the reports, or say, the charts. Now first we'll understand what is visualization. Visualization means I have the data, that is text and numbers or date. We're converting the text, numbers or date into pictorial representation. When I say pictorial representation, it doesn't mean that it is an image. It will be an object which will change dynamically depending on the data what we feed. Okay, so keep in mind, charts or visualizations, the visuals are actually pictorial representation of the data. When I say data, it can be text, number or date. which can change dynamically as and when we keep updating the data. So always keep in mind when I say data, I refer text, number, and date. Right? Okay. Now, if you go and click here, similar to Excel, we have various different charts. Let's go and understand how to create the charts first. How to create the chart and how to format. I'll take this. You can see that I have this one chart here which says clustered column chart. I'll click on this. See, just click on this. When I click on this, I'll get one placeholder like this. This is called as the visuals placeholder here. If you're enabling that on object interaction, you can see that we will get one small pan here like this, which is similar to your Excel. In Excel also we have the help icons, helper icons here like this. Here also we'll get one small icons. If you're not enabling that, you'll not get this pan. So all the formatting options will be here in the right hand side. Now let me go here. You can see that I am teaching you with the new options. Okay, so please make sure that you'll enable this. Or you can also go to your older version where we have this the pan towards your right hand side. There also you can do this. Now here it says x-axis, y-axis, legend, so many options. Depending on the visualizations, whatever we create here, we'll get these options. For this one, we have this option, that is, this is the column chart what I've taken. I'll tell you, difference between all these charts, but now I'm learning how to create the visualizations, how to actually get the data. That's all. This is only to tell you how to take the data, and this applies for all the other visuals as well. Okay, all right. I'll go here, say x-axis. I'll click on this x-axis. I'll say add data. When I click on this add data, I'll get something here like this. That is all the fields, whatever is there, the table. Let me select a simple chart. I'll click on this region. See, I got the column here, which will help us in creating the chart. Next, I have this y-axis. I'll click on this. If you just scroll down here, we'll have sales. You can see that there is one sigma mark. The sigma mark actually represents that it is number. Okay, these icons are also important. The symbols are also important. I'll go here. I'll click on this sales. When I click on this, you can see that I'll get the chart. See, that's all. Very simple. Now my chart is ready. I'll click outside. See, now the formatting part. Click on this. How to format this? Before formatting, we should understand the elements in this particular chart. Most of the people actually don't understand the elements. That is why they feel very difficult to work on the chart. Elements are very simple. Let me tell you. You have this sum of sales here. This is called as heading, the chart title. Now, in the new version, if you double click on this, we can edit this directly like this. In the older version, when I say older version, even if you install and if you're not enabling that on object interaction, this is not possible. So please enable that so that you can modify the any of the elements here itself. Say I have the sum of sales by region. Say I made it as sales by region. I can select this. See, you have this axis title. You can select that, double click on this, you can modify that. The formatting has become so easy. Just select, you can go here and you can modify anything. To understand the elements, this is chart title, what I just showed you. Double click on this is the chart title. And this one is axis title. This sum of sales, region, all these are actually called as axis titles. You can see this here. We have this some numbers here. These are labels, that is the axis values. You can see here I have the numbers. Here I have the region names, the labels. Okay. If you work in a tab, if you're working in Tableau, we call this as dimension and this one as measures. But here we just call it as axis values. And you can see this blue color bars. This is called as the series. Series means I have this series here, the series of numbers, whatever we create. That is the columns, the number columns. Usually in Excel, what we do, we'll create one table like this. Let's say I'll create one small table for you. The same data I'll take a region and then I'll take sales. Okay, so this is how we actually create data in Excel. People who have already worked on Excel, they'll know. See, this is the data what we have. Say, I have this region, I have this sales. Here you can see I have this region here and this sales. In this, the region, what you see, these are called as entities. All the central, east, south, they are called as entities. And what you see here, these are called as the series values. This is series. Sales is a series here, and these are the values in that particular series. Suppose if you think that I'll convert this into metrics, and now I will take columns. Let me take segment. See, now we have three series: consumer, corporate, and home office. These are the three series. So this is how actually we can create the chart. This is how actually we can get the data. Okay, right. Next, formatting of the elements. Formatting has become very easy in Power BI now. If you enable that on object interaction. Now, how to format? See here, if you go to this format, there are so many options. You might find it very difficult. See, there are so many options. Just go here. If you don't know where to go and modify, see, I don't know, I want to modify this title. What happens here? People will be searching here. Even I actually have that habit because there are so many options. It is little difficult to go and get the particular options. In the previous version, that is if you're not enabling that on object orientation, on object interaction, we have to go here and manually check all the options and then modify it. Let me click on the see, double click. When I double click on the see, automatically the options will get enabled here like this. All the formatting options for this heading, I'll get here. I'll go here, see, I can align this. I can make it bold. I'll go here if you want to change the font, see. This applies to every chart. That's why I'm just showing you how to format one chart, and then we'll learn about all the other charts where they are used. Here I have this text color. The background color here will go. Let's say I want the background color something like this blue color. I think it's the same thing with the series. So we'll change this to some yellow color like this. See, I know it's not so good color, but just I'm telling you. See, like this we can use it. Now, if you want to change the series color, just select this, double click on this. See, it will automatically take me to that particular colors. Let's say I want some colors or more colors. So whichever color you want, you can just go here. See, okay. Like this. I want to modify this axis value. See, I'll select this. You can see that automatically it will take to that particular format. Here it's a display units. It is showing in millions. Click on this, say thousands. See, this will be in thousands. You can change however you want. Let's click here. Now, there are few elements where we can actually take here itself. When I click on this, see, title, x-axis, y-axis, zoom slider, data labels, I'll click on this data labels. See, since I changed this format, that is to thousands, here we can see I have this thousands. Let me click on this. I'll change this to millions. See, this also will get changed to millions. So any formats you want to do, just select this. See here, I'm getting this data labels formatting. Here it says, horizontal, vertical, say, I'll change this to vertical like this. And then here position, suppose if you want, inside, it's already inside. I'll go here, say inside center. I want this to be horizontal. See, like this. So this is about formatting. So this is how we can actually create the chart. This is how we can actually modify. Right? Okay. Now let me understand about various different visualizations what we are actually using. Okay. Now please understand whatever I taught you now. It is how to create the chart, how to format it. That is what we have seen. These options apply to every single visualization, whatever we have here. Okay. All right. Next, we'll see what are the different type of visuals we have and where they are actually used. Now, if you see this, I have this column chart. This is called as column chart. The column charts are actually used when you're comparing between entities. Now, what are entities? These are entities. West, East, Central, and South. West, East, Central, and South are called as entities. If you're trying to compare, then I can use this column chart. Are there any other charts to compare? There are various different charts. So what we'll do is we'll see. Suppose if you are comparing, I can use this bar chart, I can use this column chart, or I can use this pie chart or donut chart. So what we'll do, we'll go one by one so that we'll understand what are the different charts available and when actually we can use them. Right. This is a column chart. I told this can be used for comparison. Suppose if you think, okay, the entities are more. Let me copy this and paste it. See, the visualization can be created like this as well. I just copied and pasted. And now what I'll do is I'll go to this add data and build your visual. There is one icon here, helper icon. I'll just click on this. You can see there is one tab which is coming here. I'll go to this region. I'll just change this to subcategory. If you just observe this, when I clicked on this subcategory, you can see there are so many entities here. If you feel there are more entities, then change this to clustered bar chart. This is the right way of showing the chart like this. See? I could have shown the same thing as a column chart, but you can see the labels are getting messed up. The bars are not actually coming properly. So I change this to bar chart. Now, what is the difference? Both are actually used for comparing the entities. But why should we take bar chart? When should we take this column chart? I'll tell you. The column charts are taken when the entities are less. Let's say 5, 6. When the entities are more, say 10, 15 or something, then I'll be using this bar chart. It is very neat and very elegant, very meaningful, and also we can read the data properly here. All right. So depending on the purpose, depending on the entities, depending on the data, we have to decide the charts. Okay. All right. Now, what is column and what is bar? Column charts are nothing but the bars are vertical and the bar, say the column chart, the bars are vertical. In bar chart, the bars are horizontal. Right? Okay. So we understood about a simple bar chart and column chart. Now let me copy this, paste it. You can create the chart either by clicking here as a new one, or you can change it by clicking here and you can click on any of this. Let's say now I have in this entity one more breakup I'll take. So that is, I'll take this legend. I will say category. Let's say category. You can see that the same data, whatever is there here, let's say it is around 7.2 lakhs, will get splitted by this 2.5, 2.2, and 2.5. The same data is getting split. Now, what we have here, you can see this is called as legend. Say this is furniture, office supplies, and technology. The data has been split. This is called as clustered column chart or side-by-side chart. If you want to show this data with the total, still we need the breakup. Then see here, I have this one more chart that is called as stacked chart. I have this stacked column chart. See, stacking one above the other. The same data, I have the total, but the data is stacked one above the other. So now, if you ask me which chart I have to use, whether I should use this side-by-side chart or I should use a stacked chart, depending on the report, what you're actually showing. So for example, in this case, the entities are very less. The breakups are also very less. You can use this column clustered chart. But if you see, if there are more breakups, and also you need to show the total. If you want to show the total, you can see that I have the 7.3 millions. If you want to show the entire total, but still if you want to show the breakup, then you can use this stacked chart. Is there any way I can show this stacked chart for the bar chart? Yes, you have the bar stack chart as well. I just reduce this. For time being, I'll just go here, keep it here. I will say data. Here we have this legend, same thing we'll have here. Let me change this to category. See, if you see this, I have this category here. It's too congested actually. If you see this, now what I'll do, I'll go here and then I'll change this. Let me keep this here. And please don't get confused of so many charts messed up here. Click on this, and then we'll say stacked. Okay, what did we take here? Okay, this one, I think we'll take. Okay, let me take another value. I'll tell you what happened here. Let me take segment. Yeah, now it's come. I'll tell you what is the problem here. Because we have taken the category and subcategory is part of it. So it was actually not plotting the chart properly. Let me take this segment. See, this is side by side chart. And here you can see the breakup. Right? Okay. So these are the charts what we have, that is for column or say bar chart. Apart from this, there is also something called as 100% stack chart. These 100% stack chart are actually used whenever you feel that you want to have, you can see that here. Let me take a new page itself. I will copy this chart. Okay. And I'll paste it here. Let me convert this into column chart like this. Okay. Here you can see there is one chart called as fasteners. It is very small actually. But if you see these phones, the values are very high. Now I want to make all this equal percent. We can equal numbers. For that, we need to have percentage. So the percentage what we're calculating, that will be 100% for all the entities within their values. Now what is that? Let me go here. So I'll just click on this 100% stacked column chart. See, so whatever value is there for this fasteners, it is actually calculating percentage in this particular entity. Same thing we can use it for bar chart as well. Go here, I just convert this into bar percentage like this. Like this. Okay, so these are the charts what we use for comparisons. All right, next is I have this pie chart. Same thing like what we did for this column chart or bar chart. We have pie chart which are actually used for comparing the numbers. Let me click on this pie chart. We'll get a placeholder. Now very simple. I'll go here to this legend and I will select, let's say we'll select this region itself. Take the same kind of chart. I'll say values. Select this sales. And one more thing, people, suppose if you're using this, pan or say tab here, if you are finding it difficult, okay, to select the columns, I'll tell you one more trick actually. What you do is just select the visualization. Go to this data section here. Okay, if you don't know what to actually use, sometimes you might get confused. Let's say here I have this region, I have this checkbox, just click on this checkbox. Go to this sales, and here I have this checkbox, click on this checkbox, automatically it will take. Later on, you can arrange whichever, you want to, whichever section you want to drag and drop the columns here like this. Okay, but once you start creating the charts, you'll come to know where actually I can insert the columns here. Okay, all right. Now here, if you see this pie chart, you will not have the axis values. Here we have a circle, which is actually, something like a pie, and the data is broken like this. It is actually classified depending on the values what we have, and that will be like in percentage. The entire circle is 100%, and then you can see that all the values, whatever we have within that entity. So this will be, calculated with percentage. That is totally, if you add, you get 100%. Let's go to this region. Any of the columns you select, let's say segment, see, we get this percentage. Right? So let's take the region itself. Please do not take when you have more entities, this pie chart. So I'll take this subcategory. See, it looks very odd actually. Don't use these kind of charts. For more entities, go for bar chart if you're actually comparing. Let me select the region, done. Similar to this region, we also have one more chart, that is donut chart. Now, what is donut chart? Let me tell you. See, I'm not formatting here. Okay, please try to understand. If you think that you want to format, you can please format. I'll go to this donut chart. When I click on this donut chart, you can see that I'm getting some white space in middle like this. There's a space. Now, why is this white space available? We can have some labels here. Let me go here. I'll just hide this legend. Okay, I'll get more space. See here, there is one white space here. We can have some labels, dynamic labels. How to create that? If you go to the visuals, here I have something called as card. This is single card. Okay, card. I'll click on this. I'll get one visual like this. Here I'll select, here I can have only one field. I'll go here and I will select, say, sales. Okay, now I can see that I'm getting this label. Usually what people will do, they'll go and they'll keep it here. Don't do this. I'll tell you some interesting things here. See, I just kept here. It's not looking good, but if I click on any of this, see, the values are getting changed dynamically. And I'll tell you how to use this interaction. There is a chapter called as interaction. Then I'll tell you how to use this. But now let's format it. I selected this card. You can go here. You can see that there is something called as category label. Let me hide this. And then I'll go to this title. So let me just double click on this. Here I have this call out value. This is called as call out. Let me decrease this to 25. And then I'll make it bold. Let me take this as a Arial. You can see that I'm getting this value. Then if you think it is too big, let me just go here, keep it here. And then we have this background. Click on this white space, double click, you can see this background. Remove the background. See, now if I click, see, right, but there is one problem here. When I click on this chart, this will get hidden. What to do with this? Now for this chart also, there is some white space. I'll go here, the background, I'll just remove this background. Now this become transparent. See, this is like transparent like this. Okay, now you click on this, see. So this is how actually you can use this card for dynamic labels as well. All right, next. Suppose if you want to show the data, that is by duration, the time series, then I can use this line chart. Let me click on this line chart. And then I will go here, say x-axis, y-axis, okay. Let me click on this x-axis and I'll select the order date. And in this y-axis, let me select sales. You can see I'm getting a line chart. 2015, 16, 17, and 18. You can see the flow. Here you can see for line chart or any hierarchy. I'll tell you how to create this hierarchy in the next sessions. If I click on this, see, the next level, you can see that year, then go to quarter. Then go to this month. Then it will go to the days. Again, I'll go back. So if you think I want to go to any of these levels, you can just click it. Suppose you want to fix this. Let me go here. Say I want to have only month. See, I can cancel this. Like this. Now this is for the overall total. If you think I want to have more, the breaks like what we have here. If you see in the page one, we created this chart, say region, and again, we need the data in categories. So let me go here, and then I'll take this legend, and let me select this category. You can see now 3 different lines. Suppose if you think I want to fill the values, fill the lines, go here, and I'll paste it. Here we'll say chart and convert this into area chart. Let me take this stacked area chart. See, we'll get something like this. Right. So here we can see the areas are actually filled. Here you can see only the lines are available. So either you can use line chart or the area chart, depending on the number of lines, whatever we have, we can decide which chart to use. But whenever you're using this duration, that is some periods from one duration to another duration, or say from one period to another period, you can use line chart or the area chart. Right. Now let me create one chart. I'll go to this column chart and quickly we'll create one chart. We could have copied and pasted, but anyways, we'll create from beginning. I'll say region and I'll go to this x-axis, I'll say sales. Now, let me go to this y-axis. I will take the quantity. You can see the quantity is very less. If you see this, it is very difficult to compare between the sales and the quantity. If at all you have anything like this, if you have any charts like this, where we have, the series which are not matching, take this value, which is very small, to another axis. This, what you see, this is called as primary axis, this one. The primary axis, which actually is taking for both the series. Now what I'll do, I'll go here, I'll take one more series. How to do that? Let me go here. Here we have this dual axis chart. Here you can see that I have this line and clustered column chart. Let me click on this. And here we'll get one more option, that is line y-axis. Drag this quantity and put it in line axis. See, I'll get a line now. So here we have one more axis, that is secondary axis, and you can see the line here. Right. Now, suppose if you think I want to add one more legend here, so I'll go here, it's a column legend. Let me take this category. You can see we'll get something like this. Suppose I want this to be like a stacked chart. Then go here, and here I'll have this stacked line chart. See, all right. So we understood about this secondary axis as well. The next we have the tables and metric. Let me click on this table. If at all you think that I want to show the data in numbers itself, that is in the table manner, let's click on this add data. I will select the region. Then I'll select sales. So I can keep adding, the columns. Say, I'll go here, I'll take this category. See, I can rearrange. Say, I'll move this category here like this. If you think I want to make the same table in a matrix way, okay, let me take this. What is matrix? So we can have these categories pivoted, that is, these data, whatever is there, the entities can become column headers. Let me click on this matrix. You can see here, if I want the table something like this, we can use it. The same matrix, if you think I want to add one more column here, I'll go here, say rows, the row headers. Let me select segment. See now, Like this. Right? So this is about showing the numbers like this. Right. Next, suppose I want to show the data on map. I have two different type of maps. One is the symbol map, other one is field map. Let me go here. I'll select this and I'll select the location. You should have a proper location names. I'll select the state. See? Now, if you go here, say bubble size, I will try to select this sales. This is how we can actually plot the chart on a map. This is symbolic map. Suppose if you want to have the chart that is field map, you can go here. Here I have this field map. See, let me click on this data. Here we have this data. Let's say legend. I'll select this region. You can see that they're getting into different colors. Same thing, I'll go to this symbol and I'll select this legend. I want to differentiate this by region. See, where did I select? Sorry, put this in legend. See, different colors like this. All right. So this is map chart. Likewise, there are so many other visuals. Say we have this tree map. Let me click on this. This is actually a new chart where suppose if you have this, the category, let me select this. I will take this region. And inside that, say, let me take this values as well and take this sales. Inside this, again, I need to have some more branches. Go to this details. And then I'll select this category. See, so this is tree map. Apart from that, let's go here. I also have this funnel chart. Funnel chart is very similar to your bar chart. But this will be arranged in middle or say center, whatever. Now what I'll do, I'll go here. Let me select this. And I'll go here, say category. Let me select subcategory. And then in values, select sales. See? The same thing we can also create. Let me copy this, paste it. Control C, Control V. I'll convert this into bar chart. See, same thing, whatever we have here, that has been aligned, in centered way. All right. Next, we also have something called as waterfall chart. Let me click on this waterfall chart. Waterfall chart are actually used whenever we have the flow. Okay. Let's say, for example, I have 12 months data, January to December. I want to know how the progress is happening, how the profits are happening from one month to another month. Say in January, I made 100 rupees. In February, I made 50 rupees. So totally, I have 150 rupees. But while showing in the chart, I want to show in January 100 rupees, in February 50 rupees. So the value should be 150, but still I should get the total 150. So it goes on like this. Suppose if you have any negative values, it should come down. Okay. So let me show you. Usually the the waterfall chart is used for the date columns. Some people actually use for some different columns as well, but try to use this for the duration, or if there are any situations, if it is actually forcing you, or say if the situation is for any other columns, please use this. It's very easy to create. I'll go to this category. What I'll do is I'll go here, I'll select month. Okay, directly I'll go to this month. Or if you think, let's take the entire order date. After that, we'll see. Okay, right. Then I have this. Let's take this x-axis values. I'll say sales. Okay. Now let me just keep here like this. Say in 2015, I have 4.8 lakhs. Let me go here and I'll select this year. In February, I have, sorry, in 2016, I have 4.7 lakhs. So total, the total will go on like this, and here I have the total. Now let me just break, let's go to the next level. This is quarter data. Next level, you can see the monthly data. See, this is based on the dates like this. Instead of the sales, let me take profit. Select field. Let me take profit because there are some negative values. We'll see. This is for increase. Everything is increase. There is only profit. So let's see if we can make some decrease as well. What I'll do, let me take one visual slicer. So this slicer I'll be explaining in the next session. In the filters, I will take, let me take year. Okay. All right. And I'll change the slicer setting. Now you don't worry about this. I'll explain in detail about this slicer. Slicer is nothing but to filter. Okay, let me say 2015. Yes. I just want to show you this decrease. See, here in 2015, I have the data from 1 to 31st. You can see day by day the sales here, whatever you have the profits, not sales, profit. Here you can see there are some negative values. Okay, here you can see positive value, and here we can see the negative value. See, minus 490. Here if you go and see, it is minus 2919. Next level, let's go here. See, here we have this monthly negative values. Let's go here and see 2016. Okay. So in the January itself, we have this negative value. This is called as waterfall chart. That is, you can see the flow. Likewise, there are so many visualizations. If you still want to learn in detail about, more other charts. Sorry, one more chart we left. Very sorry. Let's go here. There is one more chart, that is scatter chart. Very sorry. This is also an important chart. I forgot. Scatter chart. Okay. All the charts till now, whatever we created, has got the axis, that is x-axis, y-axis or something. We have to take a label. Label in the sense, if you go here, see, I have this entities labels. If you go to this pie chart, also you have this labels. But for this scatter chart, x-axis and y-axis, both we should have numbers. We should not have the labels. Right now, what I'll do, I'll go here. I select it. I will go to this data. Let me take this sales and let me take this profit. X-axis, y-axis, we have the sales and profit. Here you can see there is one dot. The entire total, that is sales and profit, is coming here. I'll go to this legend and let me take state. See, you can see there are so many pointers here. If you think you want to change the size, this is called as Z axis in Excel, or we call it as size. So when I select this size, it depends. Let me select this sales. So the size actually differs. This is called as bubble chart. When you actually give this size, let me close this size. You can see that the data is getting plotted within this area itself. It is very difficult for me to go and study the data now. What should I do with this? Let me go to this element. Here I have something called a zoom slider. Let me click on this zoom slider. Now let me reduce this. We can use this zoom slider to adjust my, the axis values. Like if you want to study this part, I'll go here and try to increase or decrease the zoom slider here like this. See, so this is how actually you can use the zoom slider for increasing or decreasing the axis values. The zoom slider is available for all the charts as well. Say for example, I'll go here. For this also, we must have the zoom slider. Let's check quickly. Zoom slider, see? Here I'll select on. See? We can suppose if you think that, there is one chart, there is one entity, fasteners very small, you can go here, increase like this, scroll down, see? So like this, we can actually use this zoom slide. Okay. All right. So these are some of the visualizations. Almost I've taught you all the visualizations. There are some AI visualizations as well, artificial visualizations that we'll do after a few classes, because that requires some more understanding of the data and also about the reporting. Okay. All right. Now I will stop here and quickly I'll take the questions. Quickly I'll take the questions because even I have, something I have to travel today. So quickly I'll take the questions, answer, and then I will close the session. Okay. So before going to the questions, I want 1 minute of yours quickly, as we always do. How was today's session? Quickly, I want all of you to answer this because even I don't have much time today. How was the session today? Quickly, everyone answer this. Good. Right. Okay. Right. Right, people. So let me take the questions. So quickly, I'll just take some of the questions are already there. Is there any option? Bhavesh is asking, is there any option of country maps, sir? If you have the country names, okay. If you have the country names, for sure, you can just drag and drop, you'll get the country names. Okay, so you should have the proper names. Here, what I have is the state names. You can also have the country names. Yes. The next. Okay. There is one more question, sir. Can you explain about the bubble chart? Bubble chart, whatever I told, you just have to go here and then, drag and drop the size. Okay, if you go here, you have the size here. Just take the size. Bubble is nothing but it is like, this will be depending on the size. So what I have here is x-axis and y-axis. You can add the size, which will actually have this pointer, whatever you see these dots here, that depends on the size. Then that will become a bubble chart. Okay, right. There is something about explain in short about KPIs. Gangadhar, I will do this. Okay, we need some more charts to be explained. Okay, so this KPI also I'll explain the same way. So here we have this KPIs. So this KPI, then we have more other charts for sure. I will explain because I don't have time for your this class purpose. Actually, I had to stay back. Okay, I have to travel today. For sure, I'll explain more other charts are there. Okay, I'm very sorry. I will surely do that. Don't worry. Still, we have a lot of classes. Okay, still we have reportings. Still we have this. I will explain. Very sorry for some of you. I actually couldn't show you some of the charts, but I'll promise you that I will do it. Okay, don't worry. I will not go without covering any of the topics. I'll cover every topics. Still, there are more other charts. I will surely explain because I don't have time now. I didn't want to cancel this class because more number of if you give a gap, then people will lose interest. So I just thought that let me just spend some time with you, explain about today's topic, and then leave. Okay, right. So people, thank you so much. I need to upload the video as well, so it will take some more time for me. So I'll catch you guys on next week. So I will see if we can have the class on Monday. If I'm back, then we'll take the class on Monday, because usually Mondays we don't have. Since I'm not taking the class tomorrow, let's have the class on Monday, but I'll update that in the group itself. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day and a happy weekend. Okay, bye bye, take care. Thank you all. Take care. Bye. Close the session.